had the 2-man scene up, forgot to hit the 3-man scene because we got 3 of us on the show. Oh boy.
The best show for Chicago.
Boys, we got a lot to get into. Apologies for not. No, I ain't even apologizing. I gave y'all a lot of content last night. I was tired. I wasn't doing no morning breeze this morning. I ain't get home till 3 a.m.
I get it.
That man's a working man.
Woo! We got a lot to get into on today's show.
I'm going to stand by him.
Yesterday was bad.
Yeah.
And after watching the tape, there are a lot of mistakes that are small mistakes that can be fixed, but that led to this loss. Mm-hmm. We got to talk about those issues. Take a look at some of the struggles Caleb had, some of the struggles this offense had as a whole, especially with some of the penalties that were popping up there. And some of the struggles that Ben Johnson had in week 1 there versus the Minnesota Vikings. It was 110% the tale of 2 halves. Ladies and gentlemen, the date's 9/9/2025. It's 5:09 in the evening. And I got to say,
Seems
that
like
balloon popped fast. Let's go. We was up.
He was up.
And then we was down.
Yeah.
Real quick.
Going to the moon. Reality steady.
Oh, God. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love, as y'all always do, man. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do.
Push the button. Come on. Push the button. Come on, push the button.
Yeah, come on, push your button.
You heard what she said.
Y'all heard what Sue Young said. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page. Roddy B already in here with the super chat. He said, Caleb come back good week 2. The noise will fade. I'm nervous, though.
Like that.
Loss is on him. The stepping out of bounds play was a rookie move. Still want Poles gone. Listen, a lot of valid points. A lot of valid points. And to me, here, well, I'm talking about the loss, right? I think that if he comes back and he plays well, listen, the sky is falling right now.
Everybody's going nuts.
First game of Ben Johnson, first game of Caleb Williams. It is based off of what Ben Johnson said. I'm not going to sit here and crucify Bears fans that are saying that this is horrible and this is not what it was supposed to look like and they looked unprepared. They did, and it wasn't. Ben Johnson said that. You can only do or grade them based on what they said they wanted to be graded on. Now, I guess if you want to talk about being on your way to a 30-plus touchdown passer and a 4,000-yard quarterback, well, that mark ain't that hard to hit, so we might be on our way there.
Yeah.
But that was not a good game yesterday from the Chicago Bears. There was a lot of mistakes, a lot of things that I expected to see in this game and some things that I didn't. So we'll talk about all that and more on today's episode. If you have not done so, hit that like button, hit that hype button as well. I want to give flowers to you guys because you, Joel, Kid, JC, Drew, C-Dub in the building. C-Dub going full gray on the beard. I respect it.
Hey, man.
I respect it. He's going hangry man beard right there.
Yeah.
Held it down yesterday. I thought y'all did an amazing job yesterday on the live show, and a lot of people came out and showed out. And it was funny. Every mistake, every play. I like that we've become the channel where people are like, what they saying, what they doing. Every time a touchdown would happen, I would come see, and the numbers just spike up. So it was hilarious. Every time a missed throw from Caleb, you see this? Like, his numbers spike up. So shout out to y'all. Y'all held it down yesterday.
By the way, Pat, I did not just act very stoic.
I saw that. I saw conversation continued.
I locked in.
Yeah, it's because you got that nap on the toilet before you got there.
Whatever.
But you did not look like 3 birds in a trench suit.
I did.
Let's start it off here, boys. I mean, the obvious conversation right now, when you talk about the costly mistakes, I got a chance to look at the film today. I was in bed probably until 10:30, 11 o'clock. By the time I got up, I literally was just like, oh, God. Now let's start.
Let's go.
Listen, early on in the game, here's a positive. if you want to be positive about Caleb Williams. When Caleb Williams goes 10 for 10, there was a 4-man rush. There was a lot of disguise coverages, and Caleb was able to kind of figure those disguise coverages out, get the football where it needed to go, take the check down, made a lot of good plays. That's why you go 10 for 10. I was impressed by that. Even watching it back on tape, it's something I felt good about and something as you can throw in your pocket and move forward with. There's a lot. Listen, it's hard to figure out disguise coverages, and him being able to do that, I thought that was solid. The pressure destroyed him. And that is concerning. And the pressure didn't just destroy him when the pressure got to him. The possibility of the pressure destroyed him yesterday. There were times where there's one play, first drive of the third quarter. Gotta make this play. He's standing in the pocket. Yes, the pocket is closing around him. He's hanging on Colston Loveland coming across the field. And he moves off of him to get to the check down as Cole Kmet. Pass that has no shot, throws it. If he waits literally a half a second longer, Cole Kmet gets himself open and allows that play to be made. The pocket was still there.
Over
you
the middle,
could have
right?
had that pass right over the middle of the field. Big gain. You're moving the chains to start off the third quarter. Instead, you go 3 and out. You get yourself off the field. Caleb Williams has to be better if any of this is going to work. That's the bottom line. We're going to talk about everything. We'll talk about some of the struggles with the run game, Ben Johnson's coaching scheme, different things like that, right? And I'm not going to say that there was perfect in all of that. But none of that matters if Caleb Williams hits wide open wide receivers and tight ends down the field.
Yep.
That's what it comes down to. And
Absolutely.
when you're the franchise quarterback, when you're the number one guy, I know Caleb in the presser. He says those things happen. And they shouldn't happen that often. We have to get to the point where Caleb Williams' routine passes become routine. And that is not what we saw yesterday from Caleb Williams. What'd you boys see on the field?
I actually want to utter that too, because I saw something on Twitter. It might have been from Carmen Vitale, and she mentioned something about Caleb is very good at the obviously the special plays, but it's the boring plays that he still has to get comfortable with. We saw that time and time again yesterday. And if you want to compare it to like maybe even basketball terms, it's as if Caleb Williams knows how to hit the half-court shot, but he doesn't know how to get the layup. And what's going to win you the game over time? The half-court shot looks exciting. You can hit those maybe once, maybe twice a game, maybe. Layups, you can get that every single time down the court. That's going to win over time. It looks boring. It's not as exciting, but it wins you the game. And so when Caleb is under pressure, as you mentioned, it was kind of weird because I feel like last year he did a better job under pressure. When it came to crunch time, it seemed as he was better at he was better at getting the ball down the field, knowing who to go to, trusting in Roma Dunze, throwing the ball where it needed to be thrown. But it seemed like yesterday he was rattled a lot. And like you said, speeding up in plays where he didn't need to speed up, just kind of be a little bit more patient than he was. That was the name of the game for him. And I think maybe this is just a product of him learning a new scheme and system and trying to be perfect or overly perfect. But we saw him just throw some very errant passes. One of the last passes he threw, it was nowhere near the receivers. It was in between two guys that possibly he could have been throwing to. I was like, what are you doing?
He was completely inaccurate. Completely inaccurate.
Inaccurate.
I think I saw a kid that was thinking too much. And the moment you described, I remember that play vividly. But that same type of play would have been a sack last season. That same
type of play, there's no excuse me, there's no pocket on last season.
That's what I'm talking about. That pocket wouldn't have existed.
Yeah.
And I feel like the one thing that we never give enough credit for, and I just had a long conversation with a good friend of mine, is the time to develop and the time to actually work out certain things. He had a whole year of literally getting sacked in some situations where the pocket should have held up. He wants to stand there, didn't do it. Now, that's not to say that he doesn't have his own bad habits. But when you're left to your own devices, which part of the season he was, you're gonna have these moments where you see these things pop up and it's gonna look really, really bad. But that's what Ben Johnson wanted. This is how you start to coach. It has to happen. You have to see the bad to coach it out of them. You have to see, you have to have this bad tape. You got to have the Will Levis play to be like, well, this is why you don't do that. Right?
Yeah.
You got to have those moments. And so for me, yes, he was very inaccurate, but I didn't think like Caleb is not that bad. Like this, if you only saw one game of Caleb, this isn't a true representation of what he can actually put together and what he can actually do. I thought this was a lot of overthinking. I thought this was a lot of moments where he didn't trust certain things before him, but some things that were there. And it's just the growing pains of just trying to trust that process. I'm not going to be the one that overreacts. I think by week 10, if we're seeing these same things,
there you
now
go.
let's have a real conversation.
Yeah.
There
But
you
week
go.
1, nah, I'm not
Yeah,
going to
but
do that.
here's-
I saw too much good that we didn't see last season to give me faith that the next couple of games are going to be a lot better for me to sit here and be like, oh, he's not the guy. And that talk is already happening, and it shouldn't be happening for
Man.
anyone that's saying it should not be happening.
Here's where I understand the concerns of fans early on in this process. By the way, hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. We are already over 100 and let's get over 100 likes on the video. Hit that hype button as well. Here's where I understand the concern, right? There's one play, the 4th and 3 play to DJ Moore. Caleb Williams drops back.
Yeah.
He hits his back foot perfectly. As DJ Moore is coming out of his break, Caleb Williams is ready to fire the ball. As DJ Moore is out of his break, the ball is out of his hand. It's nowhere near DJ.
Nowhere near.
That's just inaccurate. That's not bad scheme. That's not bad timing. That's not bad footwork. That's just inaccurate. Now, I'm not saying that's who Caleb Williams is going to be for the rest of his career. I'm saying I understand the fans today that are saying this is who Caleb was last year at times. And this is who he's still proving to be here in game 1 with Ben Johnson. Why aren't your accuracies getting better? You started off 10 for 10. You finished out 8 for 19. And it's okay to say, listen, he wasn't good enough yesterday. I'm not saying that he's going to be terrible in the season. I'm not saying in the long run that this is who Caleb Williams is going to be. But like, to me, when I look at what we saw yesterday, Ben Johnson gave you the keys to the door, and all you had to do was put them in there and turn it. That pass to DJ Moore with 2:32 left. You hit that pass. I'm sorry, 2:24 left. You hit that pass. You give yourself about a minute of play if you go 3 and out on that defensive spot. Now that last kick doesn't matter at all. By the way, Ben Johnson did say that was a blunder on him. He should have just kicked it out of bounds. But I understand. I'm not saying that it's how I feel. I understand the fans today that are sitting there going, this is the exact Caleb Williams that we saw in big moments last season when he shied away when we needed him to be accurate and the plays were there to be made. And I did feel like yesterday, the penalties are horrible. 127 yards in total penalties. You had 40 yards on offense just in general, right? Just on the offense alone. Because everybody going to say 127 yards. You can't win with that. It was 40 on the offense. But they were in crucial moments, right? There is no play for 3rd and 30. And so, to me, like, yes, that's a conversation we have to have. I told y'all pre-snap procedure is going to be a problem for us on the offensive side this season. I told y'all we're going to have some penalties on the defensive side. I also think the refs was doing a little cocaine before that game. A little ticky-tacky on some of that. A little ticky-tacky on some. That Kyle Monangai hold, Cap.
No, that Tyreek
Darnell Wright hold, Cap.
Cap, bro.
That PI, iffy. I ain't going to say Cap. Iffy. I'm going to say iffy.
He slipped on the slant.
But
the wide receiver slipped
truly, you had an opportunity to put this game away by Caleb Williams hitting 1 of 4 or 5 different opportunities.
Yeah.
And he went 0 for 4 or 5. That's unacceptable. 110%. Dewan Threats with the super chat. He said, good balanced critique from Pete Kidd. A lot of critique has been hyper sensationalism today.
I appreciate you, my man.
Yeah.
Appreciate the support too as well. Thank you for supporting the show.
No, the crash out. I actually had a crash out conversation with another friend of ours who just completely said he's done. Not done. He bleeds blue and orange, but he said, "Man, I've seen this rodeo before for the last 20 years." I'm like, Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams haven't been around for the last 20 years. Give it time. Give it patience. Now, again, as P Kid said, if this is the same thing that we're seeing by week 10, week 9, whatever, the middle of the season, then yes, you want to probably start, praying for this team, because like I told you, this to me is the best version of anything we've ever had. So I don't know how it can get any better than what we're seeing now with the staff that we have, with the coach that we brought in that was the best coach on the market, with the protection that we now have on the line, with the talent of the quarterback that we have. All of those things combined, I don't think that we can get any better than this. But one of the things that I did want to point out, you mentioned it too, with the penalties and the third and 30s, that's what really killed us too. And I want to pinpoint the twins on the right side of the line. Darnell Wright and Jonah Jackson, boy,
the twins is hilarious.
The twins, yeah, man. Those the dudes were in lockstep when it came to penalties. I think they both had 2 for false starts. Like, wake up. What are we doing? You guys are professionals. Like, that's the thing that we said we didn't need to see. It's the small details that lead to losses. And if you look at this, all the categories in the team stats, the Bears won most of them. The penalties is where they got in a sense blown out. Some of them, I sit there and I say, phantom calls on some of them, but the penalties is where you can
the 2
lose
false
the game.
starts are clear penalties. They're not phantom calls. The hold was a little bit of a phantom call.
Okay. I stand corrected with that. But like, again, that's where you can lose the game. You can shine in rushing yards and have more passing yards and have more first downs and passing efficiency and all those wonderful things. But if you're turning the ball over, if you're constantly getting penalized by the refs, then that means nothing. If we're doing 2nd and 20 all the time and 3rd and 18 all the time, you're going to go 3 and out. And we saw that in the second half. They went 3 and out. I'd be maybe 2 or 3 straight drives. I know it was 2 straight drives at the least. It might have been 3 straight drives when they went 3 and out. Yeah. You're tiring your defense out at that point. It was all bad.
It's a couple of things that some of your co-hosts mentioned yesterday, Pat, that I thought. And by the way, shout out to you, my boy. Looked good up there. Held your own. Shout out to you, my G.
Dressed myself, you know what I mean?
Hey, man, you dressed yourself. You out there doing it, baby. I love it.
Cream jacket.
I think it was Jim. I've watched so much stuff. It was Jim, right? Jim Miller?
Yeah, Jim Miller.
It was Jim Miller. He mentioned something that when I look back at some of the tape, and I haven't had a chance to go through all of it, just only a little bit I could see. Caleb played really well under center. He mentioned that yesterday. I was like, I don't know about that. But when I saw it, I was like, no, he did. And a lot of the play action that they did, even though we had some coverages that was like, hey, that guy got to him way too fast. He was able to scramble out, and that put him more in his element. And that's one of the things that a lot of the talk, the critiques this morning, I kind of agree with. It's like on a run, put him in some type of motion, not just having him in the pocket. You got the best version of Caleb. Some of the best throws he had yesterday, like that one on the sideline, complete dot.
Roma Dunze.
But he's running to the right. Right, but he's never been. He's the most accurate on the run. Now, I'm not saying that's a good thing, but it is something that was like, hey, that's a strength of his, and so that may be something you see more of, and I hope we do see a little bit more of that. Right now, I do think your another co-host of yours, Yurko, he had a field day on the offensive line. He was he was
cooking them. I mean, I get that he's a trenches guy. Like I get that. Guy. Yeah.
And he wasn't wrong on some of that. It was like Dahlman missed some things. It was like, all right, Caleb got out of that.
Drew Dahlman did not have a good day.
Yeah.
Drew Dahlman did not have a good day.
Caleb got out of those moments, and it didn't equate to a sack.
Yeah.
But when we try to critique Caleb for not being in the pocket and doing certain things, but you have moments where I could say, hey, Drew definitely missed that tackle. They definitely didn't hold up in certain areas. And now he's on the run. I can't fault the QB for making a play when the play had to be made. If you get what I'm saying, I can't fault him for being on the run in some areas. So I think it's just all about keeping the criticism level. It's
here's the thing, though.
Caleb, go ahead.
That's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
Drew Dahlman is gonna get knocked out of the way, right? There's gonna be times where Joe Tooney gets beat. There's gonna be times where Darnell Wright gets beat, and that's when Caleb got to go beat Caleb. That's when you want to see Caleb go beat Caleb.
Facts.
what you're trying to teach him, and you know he has that, what you're trying to teach him is, and what Ben Johnson has talked about trying to teach him, trust the system, take what the defense is giving you, and understand that you have to rely on your teammates sometime. The one time where you saw him do that perfectly, now unfortunately ended up in both of them basically getting medicine balled in there, was the pass to DJ Moore, where he tried to get that one in there. Caleb stands in there. He knows the hit's coming. He says, I got to get this ball out, even though I'm about to get crushed on this, which it was crazy that he got crushed on that. But stood in there, took the shot, delivered the football. Unfortunately, DJ got hit on that as well. Another update from Ben Johnson. He said from DJ texting him, DJ was saying that he was feeling fine after the game. So that was good to hear because I saw a couple pictures of DJ down on the ground. But there is
for a while too, bro.
Yeah. No, it was concerning. But there is a trust that has to happen for any of this to work. And a lot of these plays, these timing-based plays and a timing-based offense, of course, they're going to take a little while to get locked down and different things like that. But there's a trust that you have to have, and you have to wait on your receiver maybe a little bit longer, right? He didn't go to Rome Odunze on that deep post, which I'm fine with because he's making deposits in the bank. He instead sees Olamide Zaccheaus underneath. Boom, got my guy. That's what the defense was giving him at that point. And I see people complaining about that. Oh, he's going to the check down. He's just going to the check down. You never go broke making deposits.
That's what you're supposed to do. Yeah. Take a duck and slam them in.
Especially when you see how that deep ball accuracy was struggling yet again today or yesterday. You're taking the plays that they're giving you that you know you can hit. Do I want to see him hit the deep ball? 100%. Do I want to see him be more accurate down the field? 100%. I'm not saying it's an excuse to say he shouldn't be there. But where he's at right now, take what the defense is giving you. And then when they take that away, that's when I thought you saw Caleb really start to struggle. They took away that short pass, and he was looking to get to the check down too quick when he didn't need to get to the check down that quick because his pocket was protecting him. You just got to stand in there and make that throw. That's what we need to see from Caleb Williams. That's, to me, where he's got to start to have that trust in Ben Johnson's system. And we didn't see that in game one. We didn't.
Now, here's a question I want to ask you guys, because I want to make sure I'm seeing it right, too. Obviously, the scripted plays, it looked flawless. And even there were some times where, like we talked about the Rome pass on the sideline, where even when it was out of script, it looked really good in the first quarter. Did you see him still have flashes or points of good football play, of good IQ after that was done? I don't know how many scripted plays Ben Johnson had in his complete game, but
probably first 15 to 20.
Maybe 15. Okay.
Yeah, your first 15 to 20. So after
that, do you think that Caleb would, because I had this huge argument with a Lions fan this morning, and he basically said Caleb is who we thought he was because he looks good when he's on script, but when he's off script, that's obviously where, he's found to be a bust or he's found to be overrated. And we've seen it again, like last year in fourth quarter times where he has come up clutch.
Yeah, I would say more times than not, Caleb has looked better in the fourth quarter than we've seen him look in any other quarter. This game truly was a flip. Caleb did nothing under center last year. I thought under center Caleb was fine. I thought the pressure got to him a little bit, but I thought he was terrible in shotgun in this game.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I mean he was horrible. What another thing that people aren't going to, you're not going to give them grace on it, but you have to understand that it's a work in progress. New center, new quarterback in shotgun.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be able to have the center get the ball to you with the laces so that you can deliver the football. A lot of what I saw yesterday is Caleb spinning that football in his hands, trying to get to the laces. It's why when you saw that drill where they're doing it with the ball with no laces, getting that quick out, that was that play that was on the wide receiver screens in the backfield. That's the drill for that play. And Caleb couldn't complete it very much when I saw him in practice. And apparently he was completing it in practice this week. But it didn't look like it when it hit the field. He's not comfortable when the laces are not in his hand.
Mm-hmm.
Again, things you have to see, things you have to work through. And I think this is really the Ben Johnson conversation I want to have today. Because the game was, listen, the game was horrible. Penalties were crazy on both sides. I thought some of the defensive penalties were insane. Some of the Dio Dangbo, I was ready to give him full credit.
That
was, some of those are like, okay, bro, like this is football. But,
Seriously.
like you get near that head and neck area, they're always going to give you that call unless you're a Bears quarterback.
Yeah, there you go.
But the conversation to me on Ben Johnson is over these first 4 weeks, and hopefully it doesn't lead to too many more losses. If you can get through the first 4 weeks 2-2, I feel good, especially with a division win. You got one more chance to get a division win versus Detroit. Now it's on the road. That's going to be tough. This is a missed opportunity. He's going to put guys in position to, for lack of a better word, see who he wants long term. And he's going to do that early in the season. Case in point, I need to see if Cairo Santos can kick it out of the end zone in this moment. To win the football game, you kick it to the sideline. But I need to know, should I have somebody breaking out kicker tape going into next year? Because he has to be able to make this play to be on this team. To the same point, I think he's doing the same thing with everybody on this team. I think you came here for Caleb Williams. That wide receiver screen, you can't make that pass. I'll find somebody that can. I'm not saying that change is coming now. I'm not saying that change is coming this year, but Ben Johnson already came out and told you about his left tackle, who he helped. The game plan for Braxton Jones was phenomenal. But he said, hey, if we need to make a change, week 5 is a great bye week. So basically he said, you got 4 weeks to figure this out. There's a lot of guys on this team that got 4 weeks to figure this out. And honestly, I think Ben Johnson put a lot of guys in position in this game to see, can you make that play? And if you can't make that play, you may not be a part of this team after the bye week.
I love the accountability. I mean, even if we're talking about, to a certain extent, Caleb Williams, I mean, I'm pretty sure he may not necessarily be on the hot seat that quickly. But, I mean, it's something to still kind of evaluate because you just got Tyson Bagent signed for 2 years. So could that be, quote, unquote, a secret, like maybe cushion or softball?
I think he's doing all that to push him. I think he's doing all that to get him adversity.
Do that. Absolutely.
Because you see how he talks about Tyson. He's like he'll talk about Caleb. He'd be like, yeah, he didn't make that pass, and you got to do better on that. Then somebody ask him a question about Tyson. He'd be like, let me tell you about Tyson. Oh, Tyson. I love me some Tyson.
He talks about it like he's himself.
Yes.
Yeah, right. He's another version of me, man. He's very, oh man. And so that's where I think you do kind of have to watch how Caleb progresses. And then, like you mentioned, other people being accountable. Braxton Jones, I thought he did an excellent job. There weren't actually many times where I saw Braxton kind of get taken advantage of, or even if
because they were helping
it didn't
him.
Necessarily affected.
We had a head coach helping the left tackle. They brought in Theo Benedette to stand on the other side of him, basically as a big tight end.
Do what you
to
gotta
help.
do.
I was just like, is this a guy helping a left tackle? I ain't seen this ever.
It is what it is.
The crazy thing about last night is, again, I think a lot of it is just tongue in cheek when I see some of the comments, even some of the comments today. Like, chill out, bro. Like,
it's week 1.
I go back to this. A lot of we're now, fellas, we're getting old. We kind of figured that part out, right? A lot of our players that we grew up watching are now either old or about to retire or retired.
Bro, they kids is in the league.
They kids are in the league, right?
Brian Urlacher Jr. may be in the NFL in 2 years.
I don't think people remember that some of our favorite QBs, again, we said this last season, but like it's really true. Some of them really sucked. Josh Allen, who came back from 15 down in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, he was trash.
He was trash. It's like y'all gotta understand. Y'all know QB is one of the hardest things to play in sports. Like I don't think for one, not to discredit anything everyone said is Caleb Williams is not losing his job by week 5.
No.
He's gonna have to look.
You
like
know how
Bryce
bad
Young
he would have. He would have to play so god awful
Yeah,
You
that's
be
not finna happen.
Eberflus level bad of quarterback.
No, he'd have to be like Bryce Young and even worse to be that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
like
Bryce ain't got his quarterback
you're
back.
not gonna
Yeah.
have. This is gonna be a
Hey,
very up
Steely
and
E.
down
Yeah,
season.
Steely E said, ain't J Mac's son in college? Yes, his son is a freshman. He just went to Dayton and won his first game.
That's wild.
Yeah,
Wow,
bro.
that's crazy.
Yeah, we are getting old.
My
So, like,
knees.
all of this is just to say, like, yeah, I said it on the live yesterday. I say it again. I like the fact that it happened yesterday.
Yeah.
I like the fact that it happened early. You know what I don't
Mhm.
want? I didn't want us to have this meteoric rise, and then we play somebody like the Eagles, and we get our teeth kicked in, and we
Mhm.
really get our teeth kicked in.
Thank you.
And then we play the Browns, and then we really get our teeth kicked in.
Thank you.
Oh, we play Green Bay, and then it just gets even worse.
Yeah.
I didn't want to hit that stretch, and we never had been tested to fitness.
I
I
said
want the
that
test to come
this-
early.
We were 4
Yeah.
and 2 last year. 4 and 2.
Last
I
year.
forgot. I'm gonna be honest.
We
with you.
won
I forgot
5 games.
Off 4-2. I forgot we started off 4-2. And
We
ended
were
with
4
one
and 2
more
last
win.
year. We was riding
won
high. We
5
was
games.
Yeah, riding high.
put that thing on the table. You know what I mean? We won
That's-
5 games.
Bro, how did it
Oh, my
fall off the
goodness.
cliff like that?
Yeah, that's that.
We were
That's
4 and
the
2.
Washington curse. That Commander game really like gave us all BTSD. The players
Gave
were
the
like,
players
"Oh, the game's
BTSD."
over." It gave the players BTSD. But no, I was just telling somebody that this morning. I said, relax. Would you rather have the first game we come out and we blow the doors off of Minnesota? And yes, this is probably the best defense.
Nah,
we'll
I'd rather
face.
have that.
You would have rather had
I'd rather have we blow the doors off of Minnesota. Yeah,
a
yeah.
victorious win. But what I'm saying is, what if we lose the next 6? What if we don't learn from the fact that we just won against a
Well-
really good team,
well,
a playoff
JC,
team?
JC, we could still lose the next 6.
Still lose
Just
the
because
next
we
6,
lost
but-
the first one,
Yeah,
don't mean we
no,
can't
but I
lose the
guess-
next 6.
Well, my scenario was if we lose and now we know what adjustments need to be made. Now you know where Caleb's wheelhouse is. Now you see what made Caleb more comfortable. Like we're talking about shotgun versus being under center and the play action passes. Now you can start to make those changes, and then we see it gradually get better, incremental progress. And so that's what my mindset is I would rather us lose this game now, get all the butterflies and rainbows out because we expected greatness, and now we can kind of traject upward and see what happens with the rest of the season.
If I can add one thing I really don't like, it's just the one thing that bothered me. I called it out all game. I don't like how DJ was being used. I
You
don't
didn't
like
him as a running back.
I didn't like him. I know the
Debo?
whole Debo thing, but like honestly, some of those underneath routes, those are DJ plays, right? That's my premier playmaker. If I get him, that's a lot of potential. Yeah, I get that. We didn't really use him in that space. We used him as a running back, and then we sent them wide. I was just like, wait a minute.
My G, how many runs did DJ Moore have? We did not
3.
use
I
him as
want
a
to say
running back.
3. I want to say
Like
3
3
or 4.
runs.
3 or 4, 2 or 3.
He had 3
Bro, I
runs.
saw that. I was like, I
We
don't
used
want
him
him
more
doing
than
that.
Manungai. I didn't like that.
We didn't use Kyle
We
Manungai.
didn't use Manungai.
We didn't use Kyle Manungai. But again, the Ben Johnson conversation that we're having, right?
Yeah.
All right, Swifty, you the $8 million man.
Oh, he ran.
Go show me what $8 million is worth.
He ran better
Hey,
in
he
the
was
first
running
half.
hard
Second
last
half, he
night.
was
He ran. No, he didn't run better in the first half.
He did.
His 9 carries for 22 yards and 2.4 average. That got you tingly?
No, what I'm saying, wasn't it worse in the second half?
No. Well, I mean, in the third quarter when you still could run the football, it was his best. It was his best.
That was the best quarter.
Best quarter.
Okay.
I was literally like, bruh.
Overlooked that.
Here we go. Like, this is the DeAndre. I was ready to go on a live yesterday and say it was the prove Pat wrong week. I was finna come in there and praise Braxton Jones and how DeAndre Swift ran in that third quarter. I ain't never seen him run like that.
Okay, I must have been getting my quarters.
I'm gonna be
mixed up,
honest
'cause
with
there
you.
was one where he.
Swift did his thing because that's still a really good defense, and for us to have like not a complete run game, he ran better than Aaron Jones.
What was his?
I forgot the
No,
second-
no, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
No, he
Yeah,
didn't.
Aaron Jones only had 23 rushing yards.
He ran better than Aaron
Oh,
Jones.
trust me, I got him in fantasy.
Oh, the other guy, he
Jordan
didn't run better
Mason.
than
Jordan
him.
Mason balled out.
Oh,
Jordan
Jordan
Mason,
Mason. Okay, that's.
but
what
Jordan
I was
Mason only
thinking.
had
I
like
was
10
I
more
know I saw some
yards.
runs.
Jordan Mason didn't do a
Let me
whole
see.
like
Hold on.
wasn't like a monster.
Jordan Mason
in that
had
game
4 and
either.
5 average, 15 for
Swift
68.
held his own and had a good average. So I can't sit there and say that Swift didn't show
Well,
up.
he didn't have a good average. He
He had a
averaged
good average.
3.1
Well,
yards
his
per
average
carry.
was, he had 17
bad.
carries, like
It was
53
bad.
yards. That's not a great, but it's like he didn't like for what we were facing. Like people always negate the fact that good defenses that can contain a run. Guess what? Even some of the best running backs don't get a lot of yards in it. Swift showed up for me. That's all I'm saying. He showed up to me. And he had some receiving plays.
He had a good third quarter, but even Ben Johnson said the running game wasn't established enough. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't enough.
Caleb was the only one that had.
Caleb led you in rushing. That's bad.
Yeah, but look at who we had on our who we were rushing. We rushed DJ Moore, and Caleb had most of the yards. We only used Swift. He didn't use anybody else.
Yeah, so you got all the carries,
and they used Aaron Jones. Like
I get you.
They did more.
I get you.
Different people. Like if you had Manungai balled out like Mason did, and I if you want to call that balling out, then I would say Swift didn't show up. But like Swift by himself as the only running back, not only held his own against a good defense, he actually was comparable to what
does
they
held his own mean to you?
Yeah, I don't know, because like 53 yards for 3.1 yards per carry is not a good day.
But again, you're talking about situations in which that defense was containing that run. You can't do anything. Just like the defense could shut down a pass, which is why you need a run game. They did that against the run. And I can't sit there and fault him for, like, when we saw him actually get the ball and try to make a play, he was making plays for what was there. But if it's contained, it's contained. If it ain't there, it ain't there.
I don't know. I think some of the better running backs, they find a way to get those extra yardage, and they also got better.
I've seen Derrick Henry get shut down. He's the biggest dude I've seen running.
I'm not saying it has never happened. I'm just saying
I ain't seen Derrick Henry get shut down in a long time.
Yeah.
Nah, I've seen him get shut down. He got shut down a couple times last season.
Shut down?
Shut down.
Derrick Henry.
Last season.
You know, Derrick Henry almost had 2,000 yards last season. What game he got shut down in?
Hey, listen, I'm going to say this. Derrick Henry,
it
was the game yesterday.
Hey, kid, you picked by far the worst name you could have. He almost had 2,000 yards last season.
1,900 yards.
What game he get shut down in?
That's fine the game.
hey, this is my favorite part. This is my favorite part. Kid has no idea if he about to be right or wrong. He just taking a chance on that.
Hey, listen, you're not gonna shake my confidence, baby. Hey, listen. Maybe that wasn't the right person.
Hey, kid have no idea whether he about to be right or wrong. He just said a name.
Derrick Henry. Like that was. I love it, bro. I love the confidence, bro.
Hey, bro,
it
ain't but 4 games Derrick Henry didn't score a touchdown in, and in those games he had 140, 82, 162,
82. There you go.
And 67.
Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry got shut down at 82 yards. There you go.
Oh my God.
Hey, he did versus Kansas City. He did have one game with only 46 yards. That was the first game of the year.
There you go.
He scored a touchdown, but I think they were slow playing him in there.
It happened before. That's all I'm saying. We've seen great running backs.
Yes, we have seen great running backs, but you just picked the worst one for last year. That's hilarious.
That's all I did.
Well, with all the hype around him using Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery in that like tandem last year in Detroit, I would have expected them to utilize Kamanungai more. The only time he got in there was that pass where he broke off 11 yards and he looked good. I feel like if you're going to use DJ Moore, you might as well use your other running backs. What was the purpose of even doing that? If that's part of your game plan, is to kind of go tandem, and DeAndre Swift is kind of like the lightning back, and he's not very good at pushing the pow and getting through the holes, and his vision is subpar. Why aren't you using the other running backs who technically can possibly do the things he can?
Here's my question. Not even a question. This is a statement, because I only got to ask y'all. You don't have a running back on your roster that's nowhere near as talented as either David Montgomery or Jahmyr Gibbs.
You mean the guy that we should have paid?
Well, they tried to. David didn't want to stay.
I'm holding out hope on Manunga.
Everybody forgets that. They were like, hey, we're going to give you the same amount of money to bring you back. And he was like, nah, I'm cool.
Yeah.
He was the only smart one out of all of us. He was like, I'm getting out of here.
I'm out of here. Yeah, that's a good point.
Nah, but listen, I will say this. This is the rock bottom right now of the Ben Johnson era. It happened in game 1. I would say this is the rock bottom of the Caleb Williams era because you have now lost to everybody drafted behind you outside of Bo Nix, who outside of last week has looked better than you. And you got to be better. But if this is your bottom, 210, 2 touchdowns, got to be more efficient. The passes were crazy, some of the misses he had. Some of them was crazy. It hit one of them. That's what killed me. And the post-game pressure, I ain't gonna lie, it irritated my soul because he said, that happened. Hey, sometimes that happens. Hey, sometimes that happens. You know who it don't happen for? The guys who are the franchise quarterbacks that are the top 10 guys in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Burrow don't miss that throw.
I don't know about that one.
Josh Allen don't miss that throw.
Hey, Joe Burrow missing
Now
every
he
time I
does.
get him in fantasy. Every time I pick up Joe in fantasy, he miss everything.
Hey, Joe Burrow, week 1, I'm living with that. I guarantee you more times than not. Joe Burrow don't miss that throw. Josh Allen don't miss that throw. Pat Mahomes don't miss that throw. Heck, you can't even you hate this mug. Jalen Hurts don't miss that throw.
Not now.
That DJ Moore wide open, butt naked throw down the field.
No, yeah.
Jalen Hurts
McCarthy
hitting
don't
that.
miss that throw.
Jalen Hurts laughing and eating a sandwich while he throw that behind his back.
Yeah, that's still.
And then it's gonna get pulled down at the 1, and it's gonna be a tush push in for points for Jalen Hurts in fantasy for fantasy purposes. Shout out to
fantasy purposes.
I love it. I had to let Jim Miller and Tina know. I was like, listen, I'm not excited, but you know, if we up 40, which didn't happen, and Aaron Jones get a score for fantasy purposes, I might be a little happy. Well, he scored that touchdown. I was salty.
Well, if you look to my to my right, the certain someone was extremely happy that someone scored while we were down.
Oh, big Jefferson guy, huh? We got a big Jefferson guy over here.
I was out there like, I can't have another AJ Brown moment. You better give me something.
Hey, your wide receivers, that was almost God. Oh my goodness.
Hey, he was out there with 3 points.
Hey, week 1 was horrible. You know what cracks me up is I sat there yesterday or on Sunday and I was like, what a terrible week of football.
Yeah.
Thank God football's back.
Yeah. I'll take it.
Jay Sanders, also facts on that. He said that gray shirt was disrespectful. He should be fined for that. But I don't know what Caleb doing with some of the drip, bro.
Under the shirt.
That was diabolical, bro.
Now we talking about this man's shirt. Man, let this man hoop, dog.
Nah, that was nuts.
I agree.
Let him
what
hoop,
he
wear.
At the same time, it was kind of standing out. I'm like, why'd you go with that?
Yeah, that was nuts. I was not a fan of that.
I don't care if he wear a pink tutu next time he plays.
Whoa!
Nails.
Well, listen.
He better dominate.
I don't care.
He better dominate if he does.
Hey, listen, he better go out there and do it. I ain't trying to hear nothing. Hey, half of y'all listen to a dude who wore dresses and talking about not snitching just to be a snitch. But anyway,
okay. I don't know what's going on with that.
I just have to get some Young Thug shade in there somehow.
I was like, what are you talking about here?
Work that in there some way, you know. I just have to do that. I just felt the need.
I love
but now he can't wear gray shirts underneath his jersey.
Nah, that was diabolical, bro. That one was diabolical. That was just weird. I go back to the socks pulled down. I would rather see that than the gray shirt under that. That was crazy.
The socks was crazy. Hey, you can't have mid-calf socks.
Yeah,
they either long or they short, dog. You can't have mid-calf
Papa
socks.
Duda said that was a random rant. the thug hate was out of nowhere, bro. That was a Hail Mary on the thug hate. Shout out to some of the super chats that we got in here, man. Deontay Johnson said Caleb's confidence is broken point blank. I think learning Ben's offense has made him look at himself different. He's in his head. He is not as confident as he portrays himself to be. Listen, I'll tell you this. I think that's a game that welcome back down to earth. I know y'all was hype on all of that. Now let's get to work for real.
Yeah.
If you don't bounce back from that at home, rookie QB, it's going to be a long year.
Can we not say rookie QB? Like, I understand this was technically his first
JJ's
year,
rookie QB.
but he had a year under the system behind Sam Darnold.
Did you see his eyeballs in the first 3 quarters?
I get that. Yeah, he was lost. He was a kid.
That's a rookie QB.
He was a kid.
The one thing that O'Connell said,
He had no idea what he was
Still
looking
had
at.
the one thing Kevin did that I
Man
give
grew
him
up
praise
quickly.
for, he said he went to him at halftime and says, "You are going to bring us back."
Yeah, I saw that.
So two things happened. He not only acknowledged the fact that the kid was having a bad game, but he gave him the confidence to go out there and still sling it. The fact that he stunk it up as bad as he did that first half, but was able to still sling it the way he did late game. Those are the intangibles of a good franchise, potentially franchise having QB or winning QB. So JJ looked really scared, played really bad. It's like the games were in reverse. Caleb looked really good, really bad, and then so it was just the game of runs. But there's nothing to. I hate when they say, "Well, it's just no." You had 18 months to build this synergy with your coach to the point where you trust what's happening. He trusted what was happening. Because the throw he threw to JJ, that was he was about to take a hit too. And that was a dot.
That was a nice one.
That happens with synergy. That happens when you have trust within that thing. That you don't have to necessarily have always been on the field for that. Because I'm pretty sure if Bajan gets called upon, he can deliver some strikes. But he's also in the same room with Caleb. Ben Johnson's building the same synergy with him. It's about that trust and things that you build with the people around you. And they really trust that kid. So I don't believe in the whole, like if Cam Ward walked out there and dog walked Caleb, this is a different conversation.
I don't think so, bro. Yeah, you gotta. To me, it's the NFL is so different, bro. You can practice all you want. When you don't get on that field and you see real bodies coming at you that's trying to take your head off, you know what I mean? Like, and he looked like it. Like, yeah, he trusted the process and he trusted his stuff was going to be there. And I think the defense got worn down and all of a sudden they stopped getting to him. Yeah. And that will help you in that situation. But JJ a rookie, bro. JJ going to have some downs this year. He also going to have some ups. That fourth quarter was an up. The first three was a down. The problem is the Bears on the wrong side of it.
Yeah. How did you feel about the defense overall? I mean, I ain't really talked to you since then. So, like, how did you feel about the defense and what Dylan Allen did? Because he disguised a couple of stuff that even Peyton Manning was like, that would have got me.
You didn't do enough when you needed to do enough.
When it mattered.
Yeah, I can see it. They played well for 3.5 quarters. You didn't play well enough to win. You gave up 21 points in the fourth. That's a bad day.
Shout out to Tano Passanio for getting the sack.
Tano Passanio with a sack. Noah Sewell playing middle linebacker. You had Tremaine Edmonds off ball. Noah Sewell was good all till Aaron Jones ran right past him because he was tired.
Yeah.
Does it mean anything to know that two of our most impactful playmakers went on the field for our defense?
Sure, 100%. Three. No TJ Edwards, no Kyler Gordon, no Jalen Johnson. Does it make a difference? 100% it does. But and DA talked about this when I talked to him up at the facility. The team that you are is the team you are when you're tired. Everybody can play healthy. Everybody can play rested. What do you look like when you tired and it's the fourth quarter and you got to outmuscle somebody because y'all both exhausted? And I think exactly what we saw in this game is what Ben Johnson wanted to see. Do I got dogs when that fourth quarter happened? Do I got guys that, because Ben Johnson don't want to just win. Ben Johnson has put up, this the first time he put up 30 versus Brian Flores in 7 games.
Yeah, that probably is eating away at him. It's eating away at him.
7 games straight. I put up 30 versus the dude that's supposed to be the best defense in this division. He don't want to win. He want to dominate. You can't dominate if in the fourth quarter you say, "Oh, I'm tired. All right, we gonna take a break." That's there he goes. Oh, dang it, there's Aaron Jones. We got to get down there. You watch Noah Sewell, and listen, I thought Noah Sewell had a good day overall until it needed to be the biggest moment of the game. You watch Noah Sewell look Aaron Jones dead in his eyes and go, "That's my man." There you go.
So is that a product of, because can that be also connected to the fact that the offense went 3 and out a number of times?
100%. You're tired. How many times you think Brian Urlacher and Lance Briggs and them was tired?
A lot.
How many times? I mean, usually when you have defense-led teams, it's because the offense sucks.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying this should be a defense-led team. I'm not saying this will be a defense-led team. But Dennis Allen's mindset is that this is going to be a defense-led team.
They're ahead of the offense. Yeah.
Now, do I think TJ Edwards is tired in that moment? Probably not. But TJ Edwards ain't as fast as Noah Sewell.
Yeah, no, it's not.
And also, with the under talked about thing is TJ Edwards is the middle linebacker now. Tremaine Evans was playing off ball. Or he was playing, was he playing?
He looked better.
He was playing Will and some Sam. He was playing mostly Will.
Not Mike, yeah.
He didn't play Mike that whole game.
Yeah.
So TJ Edwards is your new Mike linebacker. And we'll see.
Them practices about to be rough.
Oh, they about to die this week. It's about to be line.
Yep.
Line.
Yep.
They about to get rammed this week.
Did Nashawn earn some grace, or did he get cooked too much for that pick six to matter?
He got cooked a lot, but listen, you score points, that's gonna be big. But he got cooked. Listen,
he got cooked.
He got cooked.
It was JJ though.
He got cooked.
He's not supposed to be on the field.
Mm-hmm.
He is. He's going to be a backup DB that is rotated in. He's going to be Terrell Smith this year.
I didn't realize he was a 3rd-round pick. He actually got some talent.
Yeah, he was a 3rd-round pick. It took him a while for the game to slow down. But if you watch the play on the pick six, JJ McCarthy shouldn't have thrown that football.
He sailed that joint.
It took him so long
to get. Yeah,
he was like,
you got to have some arm behind that.
Yeah, but that's where the pressure came in, right? Because everybody was kind of coming in on JJ. It's like, all right, I got to throw this ball to my best guy. No, here we go.
We'll see. XD Productions, I should say, says, so I'm a Vikings fan, but a lot of Bears fans are being too hard on Caleb and Ben. Remember, Dan needed time before turning the Lions into what they are. Bears will be dangerous this and next season. Shout out to XD Productions. Listen, I do think that people have gone off the cliff because it looked very similar to what we saw last year. Yeah. That's why you have to do this, though. That's why I said what Ben Johnson is doing right now is going through the process. When I told y'all your favorite Chicago Bear won't be on this team eventually. Y'all think I'm joking? It's going to be so much turnover. By the time we get to 3 years into this, the only people that hopefully we will have is probably going to be Caleb Williams, Roma Dunze, Luther Burden, Colston Loveland.
Maybe Jalen. Maybe Jalen Johnson.
Zacchaeus might still be here though.
Olamide Zacchaeus won't be here next year.
You talking on offense?
I'm just saying you're not gonna have Jaquan Brisker on this team in 3 years probably. You're not gonna have Jalen Johnson on this team in 3 years probably. Why would you? You have to draft well. You have to have turnover. And these are not Ben Johnson's guys. More than likely, most of the Bears that are on this team aren't gonna be on this team. That's what happens when you get a new head coach.
Hey,
now, if you prove yourself and you find a way to be there, shout out to you. Cole Kmet's done it for 3 coaches at this point. But that's the NFL. That's the NFL. You don't get to just sit there and be like, oh, yeah, it's all good. They're going to bring somebody in that's their guy, and they're going to say, that's the dude that we want to play, and you wasn't good enough, so we're going to play. I ain't going to lie to you. Darnell Wright might not make it.
Man,
you might be having to move on from a top 10. If he's just,
I saw what you said.
If he's just regular, if he's just a regular right tackle, what you finna pay him for?
I think you mentioned it in After the Whistle. You said that, man, everybody's trying to like hype him up to be this Pro Bowl or All Pro.
Well, that's what Louis Riddick said the day he was drafted. We talk about All Pro Darnell Wright. Right.
Yeah, and
I like Darnell. I like the size. I think he has all the talent.
Right.
You got to have the energy. You got to have the focus. And I tell you this right now. You drafted the right tackle in the first draft.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
You drafted a right tackle in the first draft in the second round. You think he ain't going to get some PT at some point if Darnell keep struggling like that?
Talking about Ozzie?
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see, man.
All right.
We was going to get to the Josh Giddey stuff, but as we've hit the time limit, I'm going to get up out of here. Josh Giddey signed for $100 million, y'all. About time.
Not bad. Not bad contract.
Yeah, not bad. You know what I'm saying? Get your money. Hey, get your money right. Oh, I'm hopeful, yes I am. Hopeful for today. Daytime music. Josh Giddey was supposed to get $40 million. He only ended up getting 25. D King said, "Can Giddey play QB? Not today." Hey man, appreciate y'all for tuning in. The show of love as always. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. Make sure y'all stay tuned in with us every single day. Shout out to the pettiest man alive, Mr. P Kid. Of course, Mr. Media himself, George JC. We will be live tomorrow morning for the Morning Breeze. Morning Breeze back in full action as we get ready to turn the page on this whole thing
Quickly.
Please. Actually, it is quickly. It's a short week.
Remember, even Derrick Henry in 2,000 yards got shut down.
Oh my God.
Them 82 yards
Hey, bro.
Right.
That was
46 yards was trash. Let's put that out there.
That was the funniest thing ever, bro.
Hey, the funny thing is, I knew it as soon as I said it, I have to roll with it. I was
Hey,
like,
bro.
wrong guy with the wrong guy. I should have went. I had to roll with it.
There's so many running backs you could have went with. There's so many.
So many running backs.
And you picked one of the two dudes that almost broke 2,000 yards.
I picked one of the two dudes that would have made a Madden cover. Here we go.
I love it.
Y'all stay safe out there, Chicago.
He said Pat Solo showed the border.
Oh, you shut your mouth.
Oh no! Don't. Hey,
Shut your
be there.
That's all right. No, no.